Today, I'm with Steve from C&F. He is a company owner around for over 40 years, over 30 employees as well. We have a story to tell about YCM because he has machines that are over 20 years old, still running today, and he's recently invested in 5 or 6 more of these just over the last few months. But this isn't my story to tell. This is Steve's story to tell because this is his success, his growth, his company, as he has another generation coming in, if he allows them to take over eventually, because Steve loves manufacturing so much. Steve, thank you for being here. Thank you for being on camera. Thank you for sharing your story. Let's talk about your YCM story. Over 20 years, you've had YCM machines.
Yeah, it's roughly 20 years. I don't remember when the first one I bought. They were certainly not 5-axis in the day, but the last 2 we bought were 5-axis, and not counting the lathe that we bought. But the YCM brand has been rock solid. They've outlasted every machine that I can remember that we have ever purchased, and there's probably half a dozen different brand names that we've tried. Some of them we still own, some of them we don't, but they have outperformed and outlasted. One thing that impressed me in the very beginning, when they first set up the first one, they dialed it in. It's like, okay, how close was it? I mean, it was like in the 10th, flat. So it's like, they're well-made machines, that's all I can tell you. But they also last, and they do not, we don't have maintenance people coming in working on YCM. So
That's what we like to hear.
the 2 5-axis we bought have been great. We're running teeny little parts, so they're perfect for these little intricate little parts. They'll make bigger ones, but I mean, we just happen to have the little parts this big, and they're doing a great job.
Steve, let's talk a little bit about C&F now. Now that we've, mentioned YCM, what it's capable of doing. I know you have some watch-on machines as well. You've been around for over 40 years. You have your son coming into the business, which you may or may not let go of your company at some point. I don't know if you're ever going to retire. I know you have friends out there that don't believe you at this point. But let's talk about what C&F makes to kind of bring this whole thing full circle about some of the materials, the parts, the components, and what you guys actually do in your day-to-day activities.
Our primary customers, I mean, we say medical. There's no medical going on right now. It's just stuff we used to do. We say aerospace, we do that primarily. And we say some semiconductor, because we used to do a lot of that. But really right now, it is aerospace. It's all aircraft. It's either flying or supporting something that does fly. So, and I also used to say aerospace for a long time, until about 3 or 4 years ago. There wasn't much of our stuff going into space. I can say now, half of our stuff is either on a rocket or somehow supporting space flight. So
Kind of cool to think about, isn't it?
it's a new world,
Yes.
and it's big and it's growing. So the demand is huge. The space race is for real. So we currently have 2 customers building rockets. So I'm all about that. I'm kind of bored with airplanes, which airplanes are cool, but I'm more focused on the rockets and the aerospace and how the technology works and just anything we can do to support there.
Well, thank you for being a part of that. As we bring this to a close, I know there's some folks out there who like working with someone like yourself, someone that's been around, someone they know the next generation's coming in, someone that has trustworthy machines in their shop as well, because we know that the lead times are going to be good. We know the parts are going to be high quality. So anyone out there who might be looking for a high quality partner like C&F, where can they find you? What's your website? How can they learn more? And let's give yourself a little bit of a shout out. Since we're hopping on YouTube, right? Since you're going to be YouTube famous, let's give your company a little bit of a shout out as well.
It's just c-ftool.com. So that's our website. We haven't really updated it in a while, but it's still pretty current. But it's going to showcase some of the parts we've made over the years. But it's going to be aircraft parts. And a big thing we do, for whatever reason, is actuators. One of the reasons I'm here to look at a wash-on, which is right over there, that's a smaller one. We're getting ready to purchase a much larger version of the same thing for actuators. So We've had 20 plus years of experience in building hydraulic actuators. So there's a big need there. So I'm hoping to develop more of that type of work.
Well, at the end of the day, Steve, if your website gives me a phone number and I can give you a call, we can make a deal. That's all we really need at the end of the day, right? We see some of the parts, but we see Steve here. We know the story. We know that we can work together, and that's the most important part. Steve, thank you so much for sharing this story today. Thank you for allowing me to get to know you better and share your story with our global audience.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.